Hi there, it's Mrs. Sinanacone back for another story time, and it's February, so we're celebrating Black History Month, and there are so many people to celebrate, it's hard to pick, so I'm going to be picking some great books to share with you. And the first one is because it is this person's birthday, February 4th, and you might not recognize her, but her name is Rosa Parks, and her birthday again was February 4th, 1913. And we're going to learn a little bit about her in this book. Part of a series called Little People, Big Dreams, and this one is called Rosa Parks. It's written by Lizbeth Kaiser and illustrated by Marta Antello. Rosa grew up near Montgomery, Alabama with her mother, brother, and grandparents. She was very little and very brave, and she always tried to do what was right. When she was young, Rosa's grandparents told her stories about slavery, when black people weren't free to live like other people. Slavery was over, but times were still hard for Rosa and her family. Black people were treated very badly and told they were not equal to white people. Every day, Rosa watched the school bus go by, taking white children to their big school. It didn't stop for her. She had to walk a long way to the one-room school that was just for black children. Rosa knew this wasn't right. She knew she was a regular person just as good as anyone else. Lots of times, she had to make sure other people knew it too. When Rosa grew up and got a job in the city, she couldn't use the same doors, elevators, bathrooms, or water fountains as white people. She could ride the bus, but she had to sit in the back. Her life was full of rules that she knew weren't right. Rosa fell in love with a man named Raymond, who was trying to change the rules to be more fair and equal. Soon, Rosa started working too, trying to get more rights for black people and help for those who were treated badly. She worked day after day, even when it seemed like nothing would ever change. On her way home from the city one day, a bus driver told Rosa to stand up so a white person could take her seat. She was sick of rules that she knew were wrong. She thought, enough. She said, no. Rosa was taken to jail. She wasn't scared because she knew that what she was fighting for was right. When Rosa came home that night, she talked with her friends and family about what to do. She decided to keep fighting, no matter how hard it would be. Black people all over the city heard what had happened to Rosa. They thought, enough. Rosa inspired them to stop riding the buses until the rules changed. So they walked to school and to work and to the store in all kinds of weather. Rosa traveled the country from New York to San Francisco to convince other people to join the fight. Finally, after 1 year, the Supreme Court decided that treating black people differently from white people on buses was wrong. The rules were going to change. It was no longer safe for Rosa to live in Alabama. She moved to Detroit and fought for fair schools, jobs, and houses for black people. She fought for voting rights, women's rights, and the rights of people in prison. When Rosa was an older woman, she was given awards and told she was a hero. But she knew who she was, a regular person just as good as anyone else. And she had work to do. And that's the end of our story. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something about Rosa Parks. I'm going to read you something from the back of the book from the author about Rosa Parks' life. Rosa Parks was an American activist and one of the most important figures in the civil rights movement. The grandchild of former slaves, she grew up with her mother, brother, and grandparents on a small farm outside Montgomery, Alabama, where she faced mean and unfair treatment because of her skin color. She regularly resisted with bravery and dignity. It wasn't until she met her husband, Raymond Parks, that she learned about activism. At 30, she became a leader in the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, in Montgomery and began working to end inequality. When she was 42, Rosa was taken from a bus and jailed because she refused to give her seat to a white person. Her arrest brought the black people of Montgomery together to demand change, and she helped lead them in a year-long boycott of the buses. Rosa's actions and hard work helped establish the civil rights movement. They also cost her family their jobs and safety. They moved north to Detroit, where Rosa was dismayed to find that great inequality persisted. She remained an activist for the rest of her life, helping many people and inspiring countless others with her bravery, dignity, and determination in the ongoing fight for human equality. Remember Rosa Parks because she was brave and she fought back without fighting. Here are some pictures from the back of the book of Rosa Parks in real life. This is from when she got arrested. It's a pretty famous picture. This is when she's a little bit older, speaking out. And this last one I love because it reminds me of last week's book. You can see her sign says, "Freedom yes, apartheid no," and that's what Kamala Harris was protesting against too. Here is Rosa Parks later in her life, and she's actually, here's a statue of her, and both of the women in the pictures are Cicely Tyson, who recently passed away. I love Rosa Parks' sign in this book. It says, "We have to keep trying as long as we're alive." If you'd like to keep learning about Rosa Parks, many great books have been written about her. Check your local library. Also, if you really like this series, Little People, Big Dreams, this is an image from the back of the book. There are many, many people who have been written about in this series, so check those out as well. And that's about it for this week. Keep on the lookout for heroes. Come join the Google Meet so you can talk to me about what you're thinking about these books. Be safe, read good books, and remember that I love you.